Hello, my lovely crochet fans. Today I'm coming to you with this cute little love cupcake. For this project, we're going to need some brown yarn. You're gonna need some kind of, I don't know, speckled yarn. You can use whatever colors you want. Of course, if you don't want your cupcake to be chocolate, it could be vanilla if you wanted it to be. We're gonna need some red yarn for our heart, and we're gonna need a little bit of black yarn for the mouth down here. We're gonna need our 9mm eyes, and we're gonna need scissors. You're gonna need stuffing. You're also going to need 2 hooks here. This G hook will be to make the cupcake and the top of the cupcake. And then this hook, which is a C hook, it's a 2.75mm, is going to be used to make our lovely heart here on top of our cupcake. So I'm going to put all this stuff aside, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the cupcake bottom first, where we're gonna go ahead and make our slip knot. And then I'm gonna bring you in just a little bit, and we're gonna go ahead and we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to join with the slip stitch. And you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna put 6 single crochets through the tiny little ring that we just made. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5 and 6. Now, stopping here, you're going to want to have a stitch marker of some sort, because you will lose your place. So I am just going to take my scissors and I'm just gonna cut off a little scrap piece of yarn I have. I'm gonna go ahead and put this through there. All right, now I have my stitch marker to mark my place where I stopped. Now we're gonna do 2 single crochets into each stitch, and I'm gonna start, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna start right here. There we go. So that's 1, 2, and then 2 on this one, so 3 and 4. Then we have 5 and 6. And then 7. And 8. Then we have 9 and 10. And then our last 2 stitches is 11 and 12. And I'm going to pull up my stitch marker. And now we're gonna go to round 3, and round 3 is 1 single crochet in our first stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So this would be 3, and then we have 4, then 5 and 6. This is 7. This is 8 then 9, then there's 10, then we have right here is 11 and 12, then 13, 14, and 15. This is 16, and then we have 17 and 18. And then we're going to pull up our stitch marker right there. Now we're going to go into round 4, and round 4 is 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochets in the stitch after that. So that's 4. Here's 5 and 6. Then we have 7 and 8. And then we have, here's 9 and 10. And then this is 11 and 12. Okay, that was 11 and 12. So then we have 13 and 14. Then this is 15 and 16. Then 17 and 18. Then we have 19 and 20. And then 21 and 22. And this is 23 and 24. Okay, and then I'm going to pull up my stitch marker. Oh, no, this way, not that way. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and go to round 5. Round 5 is 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 2 and 3, and then 2 single crochet in the stitch after that. So that's 3, this is 4 and 5. Then we have 6, 7, and 8. Then this is 9 and 10. Then we have 11, 12, and 13. And this is 14 and 15. Then we have 16, 17, and 18. This is 19 and 20. Then we have 21, 22, and 23. And this is 24 and 25. 26, 27, and 28. And then it's 29 and 30. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up the stitch marker. Now we're going to do round 6, which is 4 single crochet in, not 4 single crochets, 4 single crochets in the next 4 stitches. 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 2 single crochet in a stitch after that. So that's 4. This is 5 and 6. Then we have 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then this is 11 and 12. Then 13, 14, 15, 16. And then this is 17 and 18. Then we have 19, 20, 21, and 22. Then it's 23 and 24. Then it's 25, 26, 27, and 28. Then this is 29 and 30. Then we have 31, 32, 33, and 34. And then we have 35 and 36. And we're pulling up our stitch marker. There we go. Now for round 7, we're going to do 1 single crochet in our back loops only. Okay, so now that we've done round 7, from round 8 to round 14, you're just going to do 1 single crochet. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to finish rounds 8 and 14 off camera, and then when I get back, I will show you what we need to do next. Okay, so now that I have went ahead and I have finished rounds 8 to 14, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our eyes. We're going to add our eyes on round 10, and they're going to be 4 stitches apart. So what I do is I always turn away from my stitch marker on the other side, and I would start from the bottom and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right here, and I'm just going to grab 2 eyes. I'm just going to put one in. This is my 10th one, so right in the middle, right there, and then 4 stitches apart. You're going to count. So here's a stitch, here's a stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So right next to that will be here. And those are my eyes. And of course, I have my backs to go with it. And I'm just going to push on my back, there, and right here. There we go. And there are our lovely and beautiful eyes. And I have made a mess now. All right, I'm just gonna push this to the side and I'll clean that up just a little bit later. Okay. So now our, extra eye. Okay, our eyes are done. Now what we're going to do is you can go ahead and pretty much chop this off, because we're done with this. Here, this is it. So we're going to chop this off here. I'm going to finish this off just like this. Okay, I'm going to pull that out because I don't need that anymore, but I'll probably need it later. So there's our beautiful, beautiful eyes. Now, I'm going to go ahead, and I have a big old yarn thing of black. So I'm going to cut some of this black off. I want to cut more than I'm probably going to need just in case. So now we're going to make our mouth. So I'm going to take my yarn needle here and just going to put it through, and then I'm going to go right up under the eye. So right up under here. I'm just going to need to pull it through. Oh, and I want to tie it in the inside. I want to make a knot in the inside. This is why I use extra or more than I'm going to need. So a little bit there. I just want to secure it like I'm tying off a knot. There we go. And I can let that go. And then I'll just use my hook to pull this part through the last loop. And then I'm just making a knot. That's what I'm doing, because the inside of this cupcake will not be shown. So now I have secured my mouth. I'm gonna bring this out just a tiny bit. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in my yarn needle. Now what you want to do is you just want to come down like right here in the middle, straight in, just like that. And there we go, that's one part. And then we're going to take, and then the inside, we're going to bring it right up under this eye here. Okay, and then you take it and you want to go right back in that same hole in the middle to bring the mouth all together. And there is our mouth. And we don't want to pull too tight. And then you just want to make a knot in the inside of the cupcake. So I'm just going to make a quick knot to secure it. There we go. And that is all done. And then all we have to do is just cut some off. And there is our cute and beautiful little face. Now we're going to take this and we're going to sit this to the side and we're going to start on our cupcake top. And of course, this is the yarn that I used for the cupcake. I'm going to put all of the names of the yarn that I use in the description so you guys can get this yarn if you want it. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our slip knot. Okay, there we go. And we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to join. And then we're going to put 6 single crochets in that little ring we just made. So 1, 2, 3. This is 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, and of course I am going to use my stitch marker again. So I'm going to bring this back, put it right in that last stitch, and now we're going to move on to round 2, which is 2 single crochets in each stitch. So let's see where we start. Is it right here, or 1, 2, 3, 5, 6? No, it's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. So here, just like that. Okay. So that's 1, and this is 2. This is 3 and 4. And I'm just gonna pull this to make that tight. And then this is 5 and 6. And then, too many strings. Okay. And then we have, that was 6, so 7 and 8. Then there's 9 and 10. And then we have 11 and 12. And then we're going to go ahead and pull up a stitch marker. Now for round 3, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch and 2 in the next. So that's 1. This is 2 and 3. Then we have 4, and then 5 and 6, and then we have 7, and then this is 8 and 9. And then we have 10, and then 11. That's 11 and 12. Then there's 13, 14, and 15. And then this is 16. And then we have 17 and 18. And then I'm gonna pull up my stitch marker. And now for round 4, it's 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2, and then 2 in the next stitch. So that's 2, this would be 3 and 4. And then we'll have 5 and 6. And then this is 7 and 8. Then we have 9 and 10. And this is 11 and 12. Then we have 13 and 14. And then 15 and 16. We have 17, 18, and this is 19 and 20. Then we have 21 and 22. And this is 23 and 24. And then we're just going to pull up the stitch marker here. Go. Now, round 5 is 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So that's 4 and 5. And then we have 6, 7, and 8. And then we have 9 and 10. Then there's 11, 12, 13. This is 14 and 15. Then we have 16, 17, and 18. And this is 19 and 20. Then we have 21, 22, and 23. Then this is 24 and 25. Then it's 26, 27, and 28. This is 29 and 30. And then we pull up our stitch marker. There we go. I'm gonna pull this just a little bit. Okay, so for round 6, we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So 5 and 6. And then we have 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then that's 11 and 12. And then this is 13, 14, 15, and 16. And then that's 17 and 18. Then we have 19, 20, 21, and 22. Then we have 23 and 24. 25, 26, 27, and 28. Then this is 29 and 30. And that's 31, 32, 33, and 34. And this is 35 and 36. And we're going to pull up our stitch marker. There we go. Now, we're going to do from round 7 until round 10. And we are going to just have one single crochet all the way around. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish round 7 through 10 off camera. And when I get back, I will show you what we need to do next. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished rounds 7 to 10. Now, we're going to do round 11. Round 11 is going to be, you're going to do half double crochet. So you're going to put 4 half double crochets in your first stitch. So that was 1. This is 2, 3, and then 4. Then you're going to skip 1 stitch and slip stitch in the next. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to do 4 half double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to skip a stitch and slip stitch in the next. And we're just going to keep repeating. So 4 half double crochets again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to skip, slip stitch. Then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to skip and slip stitch. Then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip, slip stitch. Then again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then skip and slip stitch. Then 1, 2, this is 3, and 4. Skip, slip stitch. Then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then skip and slip stitch. Then again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I'm going to skip and slip stitch. Then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then skip, slip stitch. Then 1, okay, 2, 3, and 4. Then we skip and slip stitch here. Then 1, 2, and then this is 3 and 4. And of course you skip, and then you want to slip stitch right here in our stitch marker. And there we have our cupcake top. So now I want to say that if you are not using this sprinkly spotted yarn that I have with all these colors on it, if you're gonna go with, let's say, a white or a pink or whatever, what you can do for your sprinkles, if you want to do sprinkles, it's kind of like how we did the mouth. You want to take and attach your yarn here. You want a long piece of yarn, and you want to take your yarn needle, and you just kind of make, you would come up through one of these holes, and then you go back in, and then that line that's there would be your sprinkle, and then you can go somewhere else, because this part, the inside won't be shown, so it does not matter if you have strings going all over the place in the inside. So we are done with this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cut. We're going to fasten off. There we go. And then I'm just going to take that out. And this is all done. Now we're going to set this aside. We will assemble everything once all the pieces are made. Now, it is time to make our heart. I call it a heart cherry. So we're going to go ahead and make our heart cherry. And when we make our heart cherry, we're going to come and we're going to use our C hook, a 2.7 millimeter hook. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a slip knot with our red yarn. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, so 1 and 2, and we're going to put 4 single crochets in that second chain, or 4 single crochets in the second chain. So 1, 2, 3, and then the last one is 4. Okay, so and then we're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is really small, and I would use a stitch marker. I'll see if I can do this with that one and not get lost. So that's 1 and 2, and then we have 3 and 4, and then this is 5 and 6, and then we have 7, there we go, and 8. And now at this point, I am going to need a stitch marker. So pull that, okay, so I'm going to take the stitch marker I've been using, and I'm just going to pull that through. There we go. There is my stitch marker. Now, for round 3, for our little heart, it's going to be 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then 2 in the next. So right here, be 1, and then be 2 in the next. So that's, I didn't even get it. Okay, so this would be 2 and 3. Okay, and then we have 4, and then here's 5 and 6. Get back in there. No. Okay, there we go. 6. This one is 7. This is 8 and 9. And then this is, oh, wait a minute. This is 10 and 11 and 12. Okay, and now we're going to pull up our stitch marker. I'm having trouble with my stitch marker. I'm pretty sure, oh no, it came loose. I'm pretty sure it's because my hook is so tiny. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to take some of this out because it has gotten tangled. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so let me just fix this real quick. There. Nope. Splitting the, I was splitting my stitch marker. Okay, there we go. Much better. Okay, so now let's see if I can get the stitch marker in here without splitting it in half. Ah, perfect. Okay, now round 4. So we're gonna do 1 single crochet and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So that's 2. This is 3 and 4. And then we have 5 and 6. And then this is 7 and 8. And then this is 9 and 10. And then we have 11 and 12. 12. Okay, of 12. And then this is 13 and 14. Then we have 15 and 16. And then this one is 17 and 18. There we go. Now I just need to get this through without splitting it. All right. Okay, and so now that we are done with that, we're just gonna do 2 rounds of single crochet, just all the way around. Just 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, and then you're gonna finish this off. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that off camera. Now you're gonna need to make 2 of these, so I'm gonna go ahead, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish my 2 rounds and I'm gonna make my second one, and then when I get back I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so now I have made both of my little nubs, I guess you can call them. You want to cut off one and finish it off, and you don't want to cut off the other one. Now, what you're going to do is you're just going to put them together. So right through this, I am going to be working. I'm going to make a slip stitch right there, and I have joined them together. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and work 1 single crochet around both of them. So we're just gonna go all the way around with 1 single crochet. Now right here, actually we're going to pull that out. We'll use that again, but right now, so now I'm going to connect this. I'm going to connect it right in the next stitch. I'm trying to make sure I use the right stitch. So this one here, I just want to make a single crochet right there to bring them both together, and there we go. And then we'll just continue on. Okay, so now you want to stop right here, right before you get to this in the middle is a slip stitch. It is not a stitch. So we want to ignore this and I want to skip it. And our next stitch would be right here. Because if you put a stitch here, you're gonna add extra one. And at the end of this, you should have 36 stitches. You don't want any extra ones. So now I'm gonna take my stitch marker and I'm gonna put my stitch marker back. Well, if I can get it in there. Gonna put it back in there. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Now, for round 7, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna single crochet in the next 7 stitches. So we're skipping this one and we're going right here. Uh-oh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6 and 7. And then we're gonna do a decrease, single crochet decrease, without that, okay. Go, and then we're just gonna repeat. Okay, so now our next one is round 9, and round 9 we're gonna do 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches, and then a decrease. Okay, now we're gonna go to round 10. Round 10 is 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches and then a decrease. I'm gonna pull up my stitch marker, and then we're gonna go to round 11, which is 1 single crochet in the next 3 and then a decrease. And now we're going to move on to round 12, which is 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then a decrease. Okay, and now that I finished round 12, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do round 13, which is just 1 single crochet and then a decrease. Okay, and now I have finished my little bitty heart here, and it's all flat because there's nothing in it. I'm gonna take that out. I do not need that anymore. What I do need is a very, very long string because we need it for sewing. So I'm just gonna cut off a very long string. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish this off by making a little small knot right there. Now we're going to take some stuffing. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of stuffing out of my stuffing bag. And I am going to just put this stuffing in this heart. So put that in there. There we go. Take this. I'm gonna put this one on this side. Now you want to stuff your heart, but you do not want to stuff stuff it too much, that the stuffing will start to show through the crocheting. So just keep it in there. All right, there we go. And you want to make sure it's all nice and even. Oh, looks like I have a small empty spot. So just need a tiny bit right in here. There we go. Is it all in there? Now, so now we're gonna bring over our muffin top. And this is why I say we're gonna assemble it when all the pieces are done. So now I'm gonna get my yarn needle. Okay, there we go. Got my yarn needle. I'm gonna move this hook out of the way. I'm gonna thread my yarn needle with my red yarn here. Okay, just get that in there. All right, now this heart is going to go right on top of this, the top of the cupcake. So I'm gonna hold it like this. So I'm gonna take it and I'll go straight through the top hole and pull it through. Now to make this, secure, what I do, or what I have done, is I just try to go through the stitches of the heart. I try to pinpoint the top here and where the stitches are, and I just want to go through all of those stitches. So I just went in that way. Here is another stitch, and I'm just gonna go in just like that. There we go. I want to secure it. I want to make sure that it is not going to fall off of the top of my cupcake. So let's go ahead. There we go. And then let's see, where is, okay, this one. And then, okay, let's turn this way. Oh no, I'm getting off. Now it's not where it should be. Okay, there we go. I don't want to twist it too much. If I twist it too much, it won't be where it's supposed to be. And then my heart will look really weird. Okay, there. And I just have to keep going a few more. There we go. That's where that goes. Okay. Okay, here we go. Looks like there's some loose. There we go, right there. It's loose. I don't want a loose heart. I don't want a bobble heart. Go this way. Okay. Up there. Okay. Looks like my heart is almost done. Back in there. And my last one will go right in here because I'm going to make a knot in the inside of here. So just go under one of these stitches. And I'm just going to pull. I'm going to make my knot here. Okay, and then right up under there. And then I'm just going to pull it tight and make that knot. Okay, and there we go. We're all done with that. And now, so I actually forgot to say leave a long tail for sewing, so you could sew this to the top of the muffin. You can do either one. You can leave a long tail here, or you can leave a long tail on your cupcake. It doesn't really matter. So if you do like I did and accidentally cut the yarn and don't leave a long tail, you can easily just attach some yarn here with like a slip stitch. And then you can go ahead and just sew everything together. Okay, so here we still have a small little opening, and as you can see, my cupcake's a little flat here, so I'm gonna grab some more of this stuffing. Okay, and I'm just gonna come in here and I'm going to stuff. I'm going to be generous with my stuffing and stuff my cupcake. Okay, there we go. I want a poofy cupcake, not a flat cupcake. Okay, so I think this would probably be enough. There we go, much better. Now we're gonna go ahead and continue to sew up our cupcake. Okay, so now this is the last little stitch there. Now I'm just gonna take and bring this, put this in here and bring it through one of the stitches of the same color. And then we're gonna go ahead and tie this up. I'm just gonna make a knot right up under here. There we go. Then I have to make another right there. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead, push that down and pull. Now, this is probably the only yarn that you're going to have to hide. So I'm just gonna stick it right within the little ruffles here. Just like that. I'm just gonna pull it through. There we go. It's all nice and hidden. And I'm gonna come with my scissors and chop. And now, take that, put this aside, and we are all done. And now I have two beautiful, lovely cupcakes. My love cupcakes that I can hand off to anybody. And these are the cutest little things that I have ever seen.